It's an honor and a pleasure to be here today. Korea is Seoul is an amazing city. It's my first time here. I'm really glad that you want me closer. All right. It's my first time here. Amazing, hospitable people. My name is Hamid Fakirzai. I'm the Vice President of Global Development at Lunar PR. We are a global Web3 marketing and PR agency. I'm gonna get right to it. I know you guys have all been waiting for a while to hear from this man here. Um, Michael, you come from an amazing background. I mean, you did you graduated summa cum laude from USC Berkeley, if I'm not mistaken. You conducted research at Harvard, did a master's from Stanford University, and if I'm not mistaken, you did Garten, which was your first sort of real success while you were at Stanford, which recently got acquired by Hungary. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Of course. So I guess my first question is more of help us connect the dots between your background and what you're doing today at Zero G or Zero Gravity. And for those of us who aren't familiar with Zero Gravity, what you guys are all about.
Yeah, so my journey into blockchain-based systems started probably around 2011. I heard about Bitcoin then. I used to work at Bridgewater before that, around the time, so I was always really interested in financial engineering. And so I heard about Bitcoin early, didn't pay too much attention to it. When I was in graduate school at Stanford, I heard Tim Draper talk about it because I was a DFJ fellow. I heard Mark Andreessen talk about Bitcoin. My classmates started talking about Bitcoin, and I kind of got the message. So I bought some of my first Bitcoin on Coinbase. And after that, by the way, there's a lot of feedback in the mic. Can we fix this, please? All right. And then basically had this kind of vision that this is going to be a massive kind of breakthrough for the world, and then participated in a lot of ICOs in 2015, 16, 17, like BNB, Filecoin, and so on. And at that point, I knew I wanted to join Web3 as an operator eventually, because I liked the creativity, the explosion of creativity that was happening at the time. But I was already scaling my previous company, Garten, which was a Y Combinator-backed unicorn company at its height. And then in 2022, my now co-founder, former classmate Thomas, called me up, and he basically said, hey, we invested a bunch of deals together. 5 years ago, I invested in Conflux. Ming and Fun are two of the best founders I know. They want to do something more global scale. You interested in meeting with them? So we got together, 6 months of co-founder dating later. I came to the same conclusion, and we basically said that, hey, let's start Zero Gravity together as a team. And we didn't even have an idea yet. It was really just about the team. And we looked at what is passionate to us, where do we have deep domain expertise, and what's going to be a major unlock for the space. And that's when also ChatGPT 3 happened. And we thought 10 years into the future, if AI is going to run major societal level systems, what kind of infrastructure do we need to make this a reality so that AI doesn't wake up one day and says humans are no longer in the loop? And so that's the premise of Zero G and how we started building it.
Amazing. And you said it's your classmate that's your co-founder?
Yeah, Thomas was my classmate at Stanford.
Yeah, awesome. It's good when you can do it with friends, right? So you gave a little introduction on zero gravity, but tell us about, what you guys are really trying to solve today, right? I mean, you guys talk about real world AI use cases. What is Zero G's main sort of mandate or commission?
Yeah, so we're the largest and fastest AI layer one. And so anything that can be built in AI should be built on Zero G over time. But specifically, we care about use cases that are what I call societal level use cases. So you have individual use cases like write this research report, order this pizza. Like the risk of that going wrong with AI is very low. But if you have AI run manufacturing facilities, logistics systems, then the risk of those going awry or AI going rogue is very high, even robotics and so on. So we want all of the really key use cases on that side to be built on Zero G. So we're providing the key infrastructure that enables that. We have the layer one, of course. We've got storage layer. We've got a compute layer. We have a service marketplace on top of that where you can get the services that you need to build this. And so that's fundamentally what Zero G is about, is to create AI as a public good, AI that's safe, that's transparent, that's verifiable, and community owned.
And so, I mean, there's so many people in the space today that are trying to corner a section of the AI market and how it intersects with Web3. Um, what makes Zero G different than the other players in the space? And if you could give an example of a real use case that you guys are working on today, that'd be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, so to give you a sense, we were the first company to train a 107 billion parameter model in a fully decentralized context. So no other company has done that before. We were the first from a research standpoint. So we're very much leaders on the research side and then on the implementation and the technology side as well. And so many other companies in the space are either doing something like a coordination layer where they don't do the deep AI research and they're just doing the kind of crypto layer, or they're building something like a wrapper on top of ChatGPT and then calling that decentralized. That's not decentralized because underneath the hood, you still have a black box AI system that you have no knowledge of. So we're building all the key infrastructure to make all of that black box AI stuff completely transparent and verifiable.
Where do you see Zero G in the next 5 years in your ideal sort of the ideal scenario for you guys in the short term, and then maybe looking down the line beyond that, and what as an industry, as a landscape, where you imagine it going?
Yeah, so short term, we're thinking about really deep ecosystem building now because we just released our mainnet. We just had a successful TGE. So it's day one. We can measure, we can see the ecosystem actually unfolding, we can see what's real. So we need to build a liquidity layer, we need to build an application layer, we need to keep building on the research and technology layer, and then also on the participation layer. So decentralized governance and all of that. We're actually going to be one of the first companies that has a DUNA, which is a legal wrapper around the DAO. It's called the Decentralized Unincorporated Nonprofit Association. So we're really excited to have a security council that's then going to use things like optimistic voting, for example. So that's the short term. It's all about building ecosystem. 5 years from now, the key thing that I want to see is that mission critical applications where AI can actually put human beings in real danger is run on decentralized AI technologies, is run on blockchain-based technologies. Because in blockchains, we figured out the alignment problem. If somebody misbehaves on the system, you can slash them. You can take resources away. You can give incentive mechanisms. And if anybody's seen the recent OpenAI paper that talked about why AI hallucinates, it's all about incentives. The incentives for AI are if you don't know an answer and you withhold the information, you don't get the incentive. So we're actually training our AI systems to lie because we're giving them incentives for giving an answer rather than withholding information. So very similarly, when AI is in production, we need the right incentive structure for it to be safe and transparent for human consumption when it is in mission critical systems. And so in 5 years, I want to see massive usage of decentralized AI applications for that purpose.
Great. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for listening. Big round of applause for Michael.